I can't breathe because you've taken my breath away.
For at least 100, possibly arguably longer, Brighton has been associated with being a very diverse place. I think that comes with being a port town. Um, so it had people would be coming in and out a lot, and as a result, it didn't really matter who you were because people didn't stay very long, I guess. So you could just kind of be yourself, and it didn't matter.
It's a kind of leisure resort, a seaside town. People come here traditionally to have fun. It's not built around an industry other than sort of tourism and people.
Not just a leisure resort, some enduringly refer to it as a gay resort. With the highest percentage of same-sex households in the UK, it hosts a significant amount of queer bars, clubs, shops and districts. The Marlborough Theatre is a seminal queer space that for years has upheld the queer promise for performers and patrons.
The Marlborough Theatre is embedded into the LGBT community in Brighton. As part of the whole Marlborough offering, we have a lot of people from the LGBTQ community who use the bar downstairs, where we are right now. We also programme work that happens in the theatre that a lot of the patrons would go and see upstairs. So we have, that might include cabarets, but also more hard-hitting work. We've had dance pieces, music gigs. I think part of what we like to do is to make something that is for everybody. It will centre around queer lives and queer stories, or the queer artists who make it. And as such, it gives an event where a space for people to gather, to watch shows together, and to be able to discuss it afterwards. It's just, it's another thing to add to the cultural life of LGBTQ and beyond people.
I really like working with Marlborough. I think it's kind of an important space, not only about thinking about the queer community, but because there's not many theatres, I don't think, in Brighton that are staging live art.
As liberal and open as the city might seem, especially for those seeking self-expression, it presents its challenges. The overtly public nature of the community's lifestyle in queer spaces has sometimes made it intimidating for some desiring to come out.
I didn't come out because I was really intimidated by the gay scene in Brighton, and I was in the suburbs, and to me it was like this thing that middle class kids could do, like middle class kids, or if you lived in Brighton and you had hip parents that were accepting of it, which most of the central Brighton like hippie stuff were of, then it was fine to be gay, or people who came down to Brighton to be gay, which is also a really brave thing to do. But if you're in the suburbs, it felt like really difficult to come out because they knew what it was like as well. They saw it and they were thinking it's just really slutty, it's just really like everyone's going out having sex with everyone.
For Polish couples like Radek and Jakub, the city is a place of solace compared to their home country, offering new ways of being and acceptance.
I think it's Brightonian people live here and very open-minded. So lots of artist people, lots of people with passion. So they concentrate about their own stuff, not about And they're very friendly, very smiling, and very relaxing people.
But does the city really live up to its promise as the gay capital of the UK?
I feel that we live in a bit of a bubble in Brighton. You can really easily feel like it doesn't matter who you are, people aren't really going to bother you. At the same time, it's not heaven. There are still hate crimes that happen in Brighton, but there are people who have experiences that just shouldn't happen anywhere, and they do still happen sometimes in Brighton.
I think I feel privileged to live in Brighton anyway, in that sense, because I never really think about having to hide or perform my sexuality here, whereas in other places you maybe are more aware about passing for straight or not drawing attention to yourself, and that's just not an issue in Brighton. You don't think about it in the same way you have to in other places.
I think safety is is an important part of that, of feeling comfortable somewhere, that you can hold your partner's hand or kiss them in the street or do any of the kind of normal things that you would do without thinking.
Given some of its character flaws, safety and open are synonymous with Brighton, a place where many rebirth expressions of themselves and leave behind discriminatory slurs and fears. Adopting and accepting, its people feel at home.
We can't really say we're not a part of the English or British culture yet, but I think we fit into the Brighton culture.
One word to describe the queer community in Brighton, I would say fun.
Self-acceptance, self-love,